Okay, YouTube, it's summertime. We're just working on the TJ, the Willys TJ here. And if you can see, the sway bar is a little bit warped to one side. So what's going on with the sway bar? It has moved, and because this puppy has a 2.5-inch lift, those OEM sway bar links are starting to die. So I ordered up a set of Rough Country links. 2.5-inch lift that I did not put on when I originally put the lift on, chinched out on it, and I also got these sway bar clamps for the TJ. $20 from Rough Country. They'll just clamp on the outside of the sway bar and prevent it from moving to one side as it has done. As you can see, there is the driver's side, and the passenger side is way in. So a hex bit and a couple of big sockets will really help you out taking those links out, just because they're so old and corroded. They can be a bit of a bitch sometimes. And you can see those old bushings are toast, so I bought a set of new Moog ones to replace those as well. So here we go. With the new links, it'll also bring the sway bar up to a more level position rather than the way it sinks down. It'll be more up, and that'll give you a little bit less sway when going around the corners. Not that much, but a little bit less wheel movement. You can see with these TJs, when you have the lift on them with the coils, they really can bounce around like a slinky. So when you hit a bump and you're trying to steer and you're going around corners, it really goes in a lot of different directions. Really easy to get bumper steer on these TJs when you put a lift on the suspension. That one's a real bugger right in the end there. You're gonna need a ratchet wrench in order to get that off, unless you want to take your grill off. That guy right there is a real tight pain in the butt. It will take you forever to take it off with an open end wrench. And you cannot squeeze a socket in between the grill and the bushing. Okay, and the job is complete. I centered the sway bar out a bit and tightened up the connections. There's really only 1, 2, 3, 4 connections plus a pin that you really have to do on these. The hardest part is, of course, getting that bolt out from behind the grill and popping that pin in at the bottom. You can kind of turn that pinhole the other way. It may make it a bit easier to install the pin, but it definitely makes the sway bar a bit higher and look a little bit more sturdier. A friend of mine had a pair of these, and within a few months they were completely corroded, so I'm going to spray them down with some trim clad clear coat just to kind of keep the rust off them. Other than that, I'll see how they drive. They look really good, and they were pretty easy to install, so not a problem there. Big improvement over these old ones. They are a lot shorter, a lot weaker, and they don't disconnect, so no issues on this at all, except for that rear bolt behind the grill. But if you're not removing your bushings or taking off your sway bar, you don't have to worry about that, and it's pretty easy install. About an hour and a half it'll take you. Okay.